back in the olden days in the Bible, the Israelites, they migrate from Israel to, or from Egypt to Israel.
Yeah.
Now, we Africans, like they said, we are migrating to their country. Who is not a migrant?
Yeah.
The so-called Mr. Trump is a migrant.
Oh.
The so-called Queen of England is a migrant. Then tell me who is not a migrant?
Yeah.
We can't say we are migrant. All this on this earth, we are all migrant.
Yes.
We migrate from one place to the other.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Who is not a migrant?
There is
A quick question. Funmi, you have a question?
Yeah,
the mic is coming. For the benefit of those listening better.
I think we have to take some responsibility in our countries in Africa as to why young people are risking their lives
Absolutely.
to you know,
Yeah.
on dangerous voyages across deserts and across the ocean. I do agree that I have no problem. I don't see migration as a bad thing. But you yourself said that if things in Nigeria were well, you might not even be in Canada.
I wouldn't.
You know? And when I graduated from University of Westminster, I had a British citizenship. But I stayed in Lagos for 4 years. I left when I got came. And I left because it became impossible in my position to support anyone in my family with what was going on in the country. Yeah? So I had no intention, because at the age of 21, I was running a TV program, a TV station. Would that happen in Britain? It wouldn't. And when I moved to Britain in '94, I started from leafleting on the road. You know? I remember somebody at BBC seeing my CV and they said, "You've done this by 22?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because one amazing thing about Nigeria, and I think it's still a case today, is that you could dream big and you could go for it. You know?
And not today.
But
Used to be possible. Now it's who you know.
well,
And how much love your parents are.
the thing is that I came back from Lagos 2 days ago, and I was working with creatives and the kinds of things that we're doing, you know, the kinds of things that we're thinking about. But the frustration that sets in because there's no infrastructure or stability for them to do anything. We can't. I know what you're saying is true. The IMF, the World Bank, you know, these organizations have structured things that would get into coordinate. But why are our leaders going with the flow? Because we can see it. And I actually don't think, you know, they say you can't change something you can't change something you're not responsible for. If I say I'm not responsible for this chair being here, I can't move it. Once I say I'm responsible for it, I start looking after it. If we don't take responsibility for our countries, we can't change it.
I agree. You probably missed the point when we started, and I was talking about the fact that we have corrupt leaders. We must continue to insist on, you know, correcting that. But it cannot solve all our problems.
It can't.
Yes.
But, and I have to apologize because the information I got was that this event started at 5:30.
I'm sorry.
If I'd known it was 3:30, I was sitting in my house. So the reason why I missed was at one point I was like, where are you? But I think the issue is when we're now talking about changing the narrative, we have to put ourselves in the position of what we want, what we dream, where we're going. Because without that, we can't change anything. If you don't we're always on the back foot. What was done to us.
Thank you so much. We are really jumping out of time. Peter, I will only squeeze your question in because we are almost out of time.
Yeah, thank you very much. My question will be what we can pick ourselves, which we need to answer. And for me, I've gone through this trajectory from two sides. Fortunately, I've had experiences back at home from the public service, and I've had enough experience as well for almost a equal number of years, which is over 20 years either way. The question is, when you say the leaders are corrupt, must you forget how long the world powers that influence the country have educated our political class? You must mind that. Two, you come back and say today that yes, the people are doing this, everybody is migrating. What are their values? Everybody has become corrupt. It's easy for you to have, I'm sure you should have skipped the skit, or what is the skit about? I cannot really say. But you find that the woman was naming a child in a Christian way, and she was praying for that child not to go to school, but to grow up and learn and become the better things that a politician will be. So now, when you see all those things, is that the government?
Exactly.
Is that the government? So it is no longer about the politicians themselves. If I will say to you, I know you, so if somebody says they're making Bunmi the Minister for Education, whether she's qualified or not, it doesn't concern me. Bunmi for minister, that's all. When she gets there, whether she does it right, whether she does it wrong, that's not the problem. The point is this: anybody that says, oh, you should have seen this, for example, anybody that says they just restored history back to the Nigerian curriculum, so supposing you had come and said, no, let's go back again and take history out of the curriculum. Somebody says, yes, on account of that, remove him. Maybe Anna says, remove Bunmi. Then I was like, no, leave her alone. She's my next of kin. It's at all. Let her do what she's doing. So it's you see, the issue is the psyche of the average African man from different cultures, subjected to the world powers and the various teachings, has corrupted peoples and their societies, particularly societies that have been tried and tested over several hundreds of years in certain values. For example, why should a black woman be thinking of putting Indian hair on her head today when the hairstyle she was doing 40, 50 years ago is now what somebody is claiming to be the originator in America? Yes. You see, these are fronts. And I think, coming back to what we write, we have lost something very tragically, and that is this: we have lost the sensibility and the capacity to attempt to write writing about these. Rather, we see that if I write about that, I must always try to suit what the next minister, the next president, the next will do, just so I can get promoted, whatever. And that's how we become mercenary accomplices to the corruption that we cry against. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that comment. I have to say that, thank you to do that. If you have any closed remarks, but before that, I'd like to say the book is available. Here we have the privilege of purchasing our copy. It is £13 here. The book is coming out on the 20th of October, 30th of October, but we have copies here. The author is so generous to provide this copy so that we can get, and she's here live to autograph for you. And like I said, after purchasing it, you can sell it for £5 because it's autographed. Now, we have to. Do you have any last remarks for today before we give our point of thanks?
A quick remark to Peter. To say we have to go back and look for it is to assume that we had it and lost it. Which brings us again to this point of know your history.
Know your history.
Yes. So I'd like to thank everybody for making the time to come here or join us online. I'm truly appreciative of, I know, the effort that Dr. Sanusi has put into having me here. Thank you very much.
To the university.
All the facilities will be used. Coin thank you so much.
Right.
Who has left? Fyvie, it was awesome watching you perform. Thank you all. Thank you.
All right.
At home and here.
Now, to give a vote of thanks on behalf of CAMRI Africa Media Series, I would like to call on my colleague, Shuda.
That's a very brief and short one for the conclusion for today's event. First one, I want to say thank you, Bunmi. Yeah, the excellent presentation, the book, share a lot of interesting stories. I have gone to Africa several times. I have gone to Ethiopia, I go to Zimbabwe. I know that the challenge is a lot. But I think that good thing that changing is happening because I have talked, interviewed a lot of people, and I will want to find the solution. So keep reading, keep thinking. It takes very, very hard. And thank you, Dr. Fyvie, and you give your experience and your speech. It's very interesting. Thank you very much. And thank you, Coin, for the technology support. Really good. And thank you,
Dr. back in Nigeria for the technical support as well.
Yeah. And thank you, Shiki, for the photography. Very, very good. Thank you, my brother, and very good organizer, the captain of this event. Really good. And in the future, we also will organize several events about Africa. So share the African opinion and tell the African story. That is very important. So thank you for the question, give our the position, give the opportunity to tell this. And also, I want to visit Vincent Mano. I talked about Vincent Mano. Now, Vincent Professor Vincent Mano is on the flight to Beijing. He wants to see will take part in a conference about shared future. For the African solution, it's not only for the Africa. It's about China, African, global South. We should try to our best to do our best. I mean that for all the people to find a solution for Africa. Okay, and finally, thank you for everyone to attend today's event. Yeah, I hope you can enjoy today. Yeah.
Thank you. That's my brother Judah. Judah one. Thank you all for coming, and we shall see you in the next in conversation series. Thank you.
So your book is available to purchase, but we still have more drinks because we can't take them with us. Please, let's help ourselves. Thank you. Books available, and the author will autograph for you. Thank you.